I wonder if I did my earbuds. So this is just a practice because I have to do a speech today. And I have to download it. I have to send it. And I've got to record it. And it's got to be 4 to 6 minutes long. And I thought you could just go on YouTube and film from there, but you can't apparently. You've got to go here. My screen is very dirty. I'm gonna have to use earbuds. So I'm wondering if I could get my earbuds, put them in and talk if it's gonna work. So I'm gonna go grab them. I'll be right back. They're in the car because I wore them to the gym. Shoes. This will help my time go by too. So. Okay. Sorry for this nothingness of a video. I suppose I'm going to post it because why not? Why not? Who's even going to see it? I don't even know. Let's try these earbuds. Left. Right. So, let's see if the sound quality picks up. If you can hear me better. This is all a test, so I'm going to turn it this way. And we're going to go over here. We're going to say, hi. Today I would like to... No, how I'm going to say, for every $1 cheeseburger, there's an acre of Amazon rainforest is destroyed. Okay, so that may be a little far-fetched, but it's not that far-fetched. An unhealthy diet has huge... It's more than just affects more than just our physical health. We all have heard about health and its importance and how it affects your body and your life span and all that kind of things. But what about aside from the health impacts of negative health impacts, what about the impacts on our environment? Well, today I would like to look at the impacts of I'd like to go over the impacts of fast food consumption and what resource consumption, mass deforestation, and environmental degradation. So, I'm so nervous and I'm so nervous. It's the hard part is that I'm nervous. Okay. I'm going to have this over here and I don't care. To begin, let's look at resource consumption. According to the Global Nutrition Report, the food system requires 15.8 million square kilometers of cropland and 43.9 billion square kilometers of pasture land. This is millions of miles of land. The land is used to grow food for our livestock. We use more land, cropland, to grow food to feed our livestock than we do food to feed ourselves. How many minutes are we at? We're at 4 minutes. I want to get to 5 just to make sure I can definitely do 5 minutes. The food industry uses 70% of our world's accessible fresh water. Let's not to mention fast food is a water intense process. It uses 70% of the world's fresh water resources. 60% of that water is lost due to poor irrigation systems, leaky pipes. In comparison, the water footprint of whole foods such as fruits and vegetables is limited to just the water they need to grow, while fast food requires additional water for, you got to wash it, you got to cook it, you've got to store it, you've got to transport it, and then once it gets to the store, there's a whole nother process that the food has to go through. One final point in resource consumption is fast food heavily relies on fossil fuels. One must consider the impact of dietary food consumption goes further than the production of food. One must consider the costs and consequences of processing and transportation, as well as fertilization and pesticides. The machinery used for the production of food must have fuel resources. The fertilizer and pesticides are often derived from fossil fuels. The production of plastics and other materials for packaging also is another resource of fossil fuels. Lastly, let's not forget about the restaurants themselves. Restaurant operations consume energy and resources for heating, cooling, cooking, and lighting. Okay, we're at 6 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to do it, guys.